It's very nice to be thought of as being pretty, as being, it's a plus. It's nice. It's not terribly important, but it is nice to have it in your favor.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate your time. This is going to be a podcast video. I just want to come on here and quickly talk about what's going on with Serena Williams, why her appearance looks so different.
You have like 400 family members. Yeah, and they're almost all of them noticed.
You guys know
That I got new wallpaper on my bathroom. Hope you guys like it. I actually hate it. I really hate it, but it actually works better for the light. It gives me more of my true color. The color that I've never bleached. Yes. I'll be seeing y'all. Okay, so then usually I go back for a third time, and then I put just that neutral color that is actually my skin color. And no, for you haters out there, I do not bleach my skin. There is a thing called sunlight, and in that sunlight, you get different colors. And if I'm not posting and recorrecting my pictures and posting from my daughter's, what is it? She had a play that I was volunteering on and had stage makeup on. Yes, I'm calling you out on this because it is ridiculous that everyone's like, oh, she bleached her skin. I'm a dark Black woman, and I love who I am, and I love how I look. And that's just not my thing. And if people do it, that's their thing, and they have every opportunity, and they should. And that's just not my thing. And if people do it, that's their thing, and they have every opportunity, and they should. I don't judge, but you guys do. But that's what this world is about. And I stay in my lane, the non-judgy one, and I keep it. But no, I actually don't bleach my skin. So can we just like kind of clear that up? Okay, so that's what I do. I start with my nothing to conceal.
I am a 90s baby. I was born in 1992. So I grew up watching Serena Williams on different talk shows, seeing her, in her stylish outfit, seeing her in different like ads with her braids. I'm not talking about like the beads she had. That was like, a bit early in her life before I was, paying attention to media. But I'm talking about like when she would have like the different color micros. And, she just was always an attractive dark-skinned woman, and particularly fit. And that was very impressionable to me as a little girl. She was one of the women I looked up to, during my formative years, I guess you could say. And I just always thought she was so beautiful. I thought her bone structure was beautiful. And I, have been privy to the conversations that people have been having about her appearance over the year. In particular, Black men. You will definitely hear them online talking about her appearance, saying that she looks manly, that, that she has a nice shape, but from certain angles, they would say or try to act like she looks like a man, or maybe she's even trans. So, yes, I have been privy to a lot of those colorist, misogynistic conversations about her appearance over the years, towards the later 2000s, early 2000s, the later 2000s. So, I have a comprehensive understanding of why, number one, she would go ahead and make changes to her appearance. So, before I say anything else about whether or not I do believe she has done something to lighten her skin tone, or if she does have filler and, all those type of cosmetic procedures that she's, possibly undergone, before I speculate, I do want to first say that I understand why Black women that, come into wealth eventually do give into the peer pressure and change their looks. We see this with Nene Leakes. This is one of the most blatant examples of, as soon as she got her hands on some money, she started, editing, quote unquote, herself. She started touching herself. She started changing drastically over the years, and now she looks like a completely different person. And I'll hear people say things like, oh, well, she looks good, she looks good. Same things about SZA, I'll hear people saying. And my opinion of that is, yes, while their work may match the aesthetics that you like, or the beauty standards that we currently have, with the skinny nose, the Bratz lips, the Bratz doll eyes. Yes, that may currently be the end look, but and that may be why people are saying, oh, well, their work looks good. Overall, what I can honestly say about women who get cosmetic procedures and, different types of beauty treatments to the point where they look different is because ultimately they felt like that was something they had to do. And regardless of how we feel about it on the outside, they have to walk this earth as themselves. They have to matriculate through life looking the way they look. And like I said, if you are in a situation like Serena Williams, where you have had people criticizing you, and particularly black men, you've had people talking about your appearance for a long time in a disparaging way, I completely understand why logically it would make sense for you to start doing different things. Now, if I look at Serena as a West Indian person who has also spent quite some time around African people, particularly Nigerian and Cameroonian people, I am familiar with a skin bleacher. I know what that looks like. It typically does not look refined or as even as Serena's looks, right? So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, the reality is someone who is making the type of money Serena has, who has the wealth that she does, is not going to bleach her skin the same way that regular average person would, right? She will have access to the proper chemical treatments or laser treatments or even supplements or even injectables that you could take that would fade the skin a certain type of way, or that would eventually cease the production of melanin over time to the point where you would naturally lighten overall, right? That's the type of quality of skin bleaching she would have access to. So when I see people saying, oh, she didn't bleach her skin because she doesn't have that pink look, yes, typically for the average person that is a giveaway. But I don't think that Serena Williams would look like that. I don't think that she would look that bad. You know what I'm saying? Just even overall, the knuckles, elbows, everything is one complexion. Now, in terms of it being natural and undetectable, no, it's not. Because even though Serena Williams was a tennis player, and back in the early 90s and the early 2000s, like I always say, like I said in my other video, a lot of us not only weren't utilizing sunscreen, but being overly tan was in at that time. Having that almost orange look. That's why if you go back and look at a lot of celebrities, they look like that because, or their makeup is done that way, or they're actually wearing tanner because that was in, having that tan, super tan look. How she looked back then was representations of what were the makeup trends, as well as the fact that oftentimes black women were not as into the use of sunscreen, that we were not as enthusiastic about it then as we are now. And I will always bring that up because I personally think I would probably look lighter than I did back in the early 2000s because the way I care and manage for my skin is different. The fact that I do utilize chemical exfoliation daily, those are things that I do to keep my skin tone even, to keep my texture in control, to control my sebum production, to shrink my pores. My goal is never to be lighter or to look a different shade lighter or several shades lighter. It's to keep my actual skin tone the way that it's supposed to be. So that we have to always acknowledge that first off. I cannot say for sure that she is bleaching or that she is doing it, right? From the video that I played, it does seem like she's not against it because she basically said, like, if that's something you want to do, go ahead and do it. I think that may be revealing possibly how she feels about the process of skin bleaching, or, how she feels about it in terms of like her blackness. Again, I have moved from a more staunch pro-black stance in the sense that, oh, if you're bleaching your skin, you're bad. Oh, I can't. I don't look at it that way anymore. How I look at it is people who are intentionally bleaching their skin, especially like the everyday average person, all the way up to the celebrities that, you know, have to make it through in this industry, it's a necessity for them. They genuinely feel like their skin tone is a hindrance. And that's why they feel like they have to go and make these physical changes to themselves, because they feel like, okay, well, I'll attract better partners. I'll get a better job. If you're in the entertainment industry, oh, people will stop talking. You know, for those people in those situations, it's a necessity for them to do it. And I don't think in those moments they're thinking about a black politic. In those moments, they're not thinking about their blackness, you know, being at stake. They're thinking about better ways and more comfortable ways for them to survive as themselves. And so I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying I agree with skin bleaching. I'm just saying I understand why people ultimately do it. Again, I cannot say that I think she is for sure bleaching her skin. She just does, especially in a video where she's, you know, supposedly wearing the costume makeup. It's not even just her face. It's her whole body. Now, that could very easily be a filter, you know, that she's using. A lot of times, what people don't understand with these beauty filters, that they are oftentimes programmed or created by Asian tech companies. And over in Asia, unfortunately, because colorism is such a global problem, a lot of those companies, when you put on a beauty filter, they automatically have a setting toggle to where it has a whitening effect. And if you're not aware of this, you will film yourself, take pictures, and you'll, you know, over time, you may even trick your own eyes, not even to realizing that you look lighter. You may just think you look better based off of all the other beauty filter things that are working, you know, and going on. But you may not necessarily realize, like, oh, like, this is making me look light. Because I'm aware of this, that's why whenever I use a beauty filter on Instagram, when I put it on my videos, I always check to see if there is a whitening setting. And then I turn it all the way down. Because when you use bright lights anyway, it makes you, you know, the light bounces off your skin in a different way. So I don't want to look lighter than I am. But I think that's a possibility, that she was using a beauty filter. Hopefully, that's what it was, that she was using a beauty filter. But if she wasn't, like I said, when you look at her body, her actual arms and chest look light. So I don't know. I personally, like I said, because I love Serena Williams, so it's hard for me to honestly believe that that's what she has succumbed to. And I know people were saying in the comment sections on Facebook and on Instagram that, oh, she's doing this because her husband is white. She's doing this to fit in with her husband. Maybe so. Maybe that is what she's experiencing. However, what I know about white men that her husband appears to be is they are typically not attracted to that, right? So white men like her husband, Alexis, I think it's Alexis Ohanian. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. They are attracted to very black-looking black women, right? So black women with the deep dark skin, with the natural hair, with the wide nose, the full lips, the high bone structure. Since he met her in the past, you know, when she didn't look like this, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I can't say that it's under pressure from her husband. I believe it's possibly, like I said, due to her succumbing to the horrible things people have been saying about her appearance for a very long time. Like, people really have said ugly, horrible, terrible things about her appearance for years, right? And it's important that I keep reiterating that, because in a conversation when we're going to discuss that she has potentially done things to her appearance, why? Why would she do it? Why? Well, that's why. Because people have been calling her terrible things, misgendering her on purpose. Dark-skinned women typically receive, you know, masculinization based off of our skin tone. And then she had the nerve to have muscles on top of that. So we have to think about all of these other aspects of the situation and look at this more nuanced than, oh, she's just bleaching. Because again, even if she is, I understand why she would think she would need to do that. I genuinely hope that she finds her way in terms of her makeup. Because I don't like her makeup. I don't like the way she does her makeup. I don't like the hair color that she typically wears. I like when she does black or deep brown. I would like to see her in some locks maybe. I think that would look really good on her with her set of features. A lot of times your features will look better with other hairstyles versus other hairstyles. I guess if you understand what I'm saying. Like for me, my skin tone, my features look great with natural hair. I think they look the best with natural hair, with natural hairstyles in general. Now, I can do a bone straight, bust down. You know, I can do straight hair. I can. But I think my features look best with huge, poofy, curly, natural hair. I think that lends to my features, my phenotype, better than any other hairstyle. And I don't think the hairstyles that she's picking is suiting her the best. That's just my personal opinion, though, you know. But yes, let me know how you feel. Get down in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this. You know, do you think she's bleaching? You know, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.